Hello everybody, welcome back to Real Flight Simulator 5.5. I'm Captain Cluster Memphis Flyboys as always, and today we're going to start out in Alpine Meadow along with the Yak 54 with the gyros. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get into it here. Alright, I got the engine killed right now for the aircraft, so I'm going to go ahead and reset. Alright, here we go. And you can see the gyro right now is currently off. Actually, I gotta put my controller back up here. There we go, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, looks good. So this is a different airport. It's another photo field. It's one of them. Kind of has an interesting setup to it where you can fly. I think we'll... Let's see, I'm trying to debate if I want to take off grass or not. I think I'll try and take off the small little sidewalk over here. That's what I usually do. And that fence you can see along over there, that is fake. Real Flight put that in there. Got a little tougher for us, but not too bad. Alright, go ahead and turn some smoke on. And just rev it up slowly. Next, turn the smoke off. Full power and ripping away. Smoke on. Still have the gyro off right now. Go ahead and turn that on. You see there, it's holding its position. Eventually it'll just go into a hover. Not move anywhere. Fly out that way a little bit. Don't lose it. There we go. Just turn the gyro off. And that's basically our only corridor we can fly through, because if I fly behind the trees here, the aircraft does disappear. I'll pull up there. I don't want to run into those trees. Let's pass. If we were to make an approach to land, I'd probably come in and land on the little sidewalk over here. Oop, little bounce. Gyro on. You can see it's just rock solid. I mean, that gyro does not allow it to move anywhere. Trick I like to do on here, get out far enough. Oh, that's great. I didn't mean to break the tail off. I was just going to try and touch it in there. Well, that's not good. Huh. Didn't realize I would break off that easily. Well, let's see. The rudder in aircraft typically does not fly too well, especially in the turning department. I mean, I can keep it in the air. I'm going to turn the smoke off here. Use the field for landing. Ooh, come on. Don't lose it. Nose up. I'm not sure in real life what would happen if the tail came off the airplane. It would probably just fly out of control. This is way too computerized. Ooh, come on. Get out of there. There we go. You can see the rudder was just sitting there. That's interesting. Yep. My nose or my tail wheel still works, but my rudder is gone. That's actually some of the first things you'll actually ever see in crash damage. This thing, it's actually pretty impressive. crash this thing can actually do. Let's see what else we got. There's something here that can fly in this general area. It could do a glider tow. Actually, that would not be a bad idea at all. Let's do a glider tow. Let's get an RF-97 sailplane. And it should automatically give me the glider. Yep, there it is. Put the flaps up. And take off. Now, the plane that's flying the aircraft right now currently, put the gear up, it's an AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's an AI plane. It's made by the computer, and the aircraft is taken up to a certain altitude, and I could release it now if I wanted to, but typically what you do in one of these is you go on board the other aircraft and just put the flaps down. But using the throttle, you can control the flap movement, and eventually it will release the string, or the rope, I guess, the tether. I'm not sure when that is exactly, but we're doing about 40 miles an hour right now. Oh, there goes the aircraft. So the aircraft, I guess, in this case just disappears. I guess they don't bring it back to around the land. Sometimes they do that. So I'm going to try and fly it back here and bring it around. About 45 miles an hour. So actually gliding pretty good. The thing that you would do is you'd take it up, and if there was wind, which typically at this airport there probably would be because of the fact of the hills right there. And I think that's 9 degrees. So it looks like the sun was out of the west. They took that, looks like maybe late in the day. Yeah, make a pass over the field here. Top of the airstrip. And the bleachers back behind us here, I don't know if you've seen them yet. Those are also fake. Those don't really exist. And those near those picnic tables. Alright, go ahead and drop my little single wheel here and start pulling the flaps down with the throttle to help slow it down here. Go and give it full flap. Use some crow in the ailerons. Go ahead and release some flap. And keep it a little bit to the right. Full flap and touchdown. Beautiful. Whoops, stay away, stay away. And there we go. Oh, look at that. Perfectly balanced. Didn't even touch the wingtips. How about that? That's pretty sweet. And you can see, I guess the controls mix. I'm not sure if I can zoom in from here or not. Probably not. Maybe I can. Nope, can't. Okay. But you can see, yeah, the rudder actually works with the ailerons, which is kind of interesting. And it looks like it has compensation. It's got crow in the ailerons, and it has downward control in the elevator to help you fly it. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flaps back down, gears down. Just flip that up for no apparent reason. And there's no flap control on this one, so we're going to go ahead and hit reset. Flaps up. And gear coming up. There we go. Looking good. I typically do a glider tow at an airport, and I'll show you here how to release it. You basically use this control up here, the one that turns the, let's see, the one that activates the gyro for the Yak 54. Basically, I cycle it down and then up, and then it releases the tow line. And I'll just bring it over the top of us. There's the sun you can see right there. Oop, I don't want to stall it. Alright, probably make a pass and then circle back around pretty low. Try and land it that way. Doing 60 miles an hour right now. It's pretty good for a glider from a drop. Alright, go ahead and drop the landing gear. And go and start the turn. Add in about half flap on the turn to get slowed up. Oop, turning in. All right, still doing about 40, so we're doing a little faster than I'd like to. There's 39 miles an hour. Oop, come on. And full. There we go. Just like that. Steer off the grass here. Yeah, there we go. Just let it rest just like that. That's pretty cool. You can see there's just a little wheel right there. I'll just move that for you. It's just a little wheel. Oh, now you can't see it. It's just a tiny little wheel that goes up into the plane. Actually, there's an easier way to show you the aircraft itself. I can actually go in here and take the aircraft like this. I can actually zoom in here. And you can see there's one little wheel right under here that just retracts up in the aircraft. And there's two little doors that do that. Now for the elevator and rudder compensation, if you look at the back side of the aircraft here, I put the flaps up using the throttle. It adds more crow in the ailerons, and actually if you watch the elevator goes down for compensation. Now, it has a tail skid back here to protect the tail, of course. The rudder works. You can use the rudder or the ailerons, and it's mixed, so where the rudder actually works with the ailerons, which is pretty cool. And we'll try that again here. One more time. So if I put the flaps down to speed, it'll automatically just lift off. But actually, technically, it lifts off in the I think it's a spacewalker. Lifts off. So I can release it at pretty much any height. If I wanted to add wind, that would make it so I could fly it probably for a lot longer, catch a thermal, and actually do some stuff. Looks like we're going up to about 230, 360. Oh wow, we're going way up there. A lot higher than I would have thought. And if you jerk on the tow rope too much, it'll actually break itself free of the plane for safety precautions, so you don't bring the spacewalker down with it. Oh, we're up to 500 feet already. Wow. And right about there, it should kick off. Yep, there we go. All right, bring it back. There's the top of the wing, rolling back this way. All right, wow, we're screaming right now. Roll us to the top here. Let's go into put into a screeching power dive. Or I hear the wind rush coming by. 6 miles an hour. That's fast. Wow. And it'll lose speed rapidly. And go and drop the gear. Full flap. Let it dive. Probably land it. This will be the last time. 32 miles an hour. Release about half flap. Oop, little pitch there. Full flap. And down we are. And just steer it off. Perfect. Couldn't have parked that any better. All right. With that one, let's see what else we can come up with. I forgot that those gliders will do that. Russian Thunder, nah. So let me show you the aircraft. I think this is the one that just flew the glider around. It should be, yeah, here it is, Spacewalker. This is the one. Just a little trainer, nothing major. Let's see, Spirit Hunter glider. Now I think this one will be a bungee tow. Yep, this will be a bungee launch. You can see the bungee just kind of randomly hinged out there. And we aim with our mouse. We're going to want to aim up. Put the flaps up. I guess I can steer it on the outside, so it does have a rudder. That's cool. It's got the same flap motion, except this one has got a bungee launch. So we're basically going to aim it up, and I'm going to go ahead and press. I just looked up for a second. There it goes. Aim it down. And this, since there's no wind, I think these things are called the high start system. I'm not totally sure on that, if they're called a high start system or not. I'm just going to circle this back around here. I'll actually add some wind here and do some glider flying. I used to actually fly some gliders, you know. I used to do RC gliders. I also flew, I also used to build the little balsa wood ones from Gwillow, stuff like that, and fly those all the time because they're just real fun. And we'll just, oh, ow, that hurt. Didn't want to do that. Well, it didn't hurt anything, surprisingly. So if we want to add some wind, let's see, I have to remember what controls it is. Okay, the wind's now 1 mile an hour, so we'll add about, we'll put a good 15 mile an hour wind here. That's a pretty good. Oh, that's the wrong way. So I need to go end. Okay, so we want to put the wind coming out of about, and we'll make it perpendicular to the runway that we can fly into it. And you can see right now it's showing me it's only getting up to about 10, so that's the way it'll be. Okay, wind's about 276 right now. 280. All right, good. Let's go ahead and, oops, cancel that. Reset. You can see on the, this is a good wind indicator, that streamer is showing me where the wind's going. So this is probably going to take off like crazy. So I'm going to put the flaps up. I'm going to aim it down slightly. We're going to, yeah, I can hear it in the background. It's actually a little windy. All right, we're just gonna hit the space bar. Whoa, there she goes. Holy moly, look at that. There goes the altitude, just going way up. So we take it back around just like this. It's like, holy cow. And we catch a thermal, and it will actually, what it allows you to do is that you can gain altitude, not losing airspeed, if you can catch the thermal, and that's what's tricky about it. Oh, come on, seriously. There we go, come on. Oh, it's wanting to blow me back, which is not good. Alright, just go land it. I need to decrease my wind speed here. I'll go down to about 10 miles an hour. That should be plenty. Oh, I see. That's my wind direction. So we actually want to change it to about 2.6. There we go. That's going into the wind now. So come on, release. Good lord. Oh, I can't release it. Oh, there it goes. I guess it just releases at a certain point. And I mean, it helps if you have an electric glider, because that way, no matter what, I'm just gonna add a little bit of speed here. Oh, come on, seriously? Alright, whatever. Just land it. Yeah, that's the only way you can do that, so it only works if, I mean, electric gliders are helpful because you can get up higher, so I'm gonna go and kill the wind. Oop, not that. Not that high. We'll go ahead and kill the wind, make sure the wind is dead. Yeah, windsock is, okay. Good. Alright, I think that's all the glider flying I'm going to do. So I think at this point, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to switch airports now. Let's see. I'll take you to Air Race Stadium, actually. This is actually a pretty fun one. When they used to do multiplayer, sometimes we'd have races. I don't want that. Just a second. Yeah, it's going to do that. Here, just a minute. Let me just rip it around here. Just bring it around here and land it. That was not supposed to be the same aircraft. Alright, settle down. There we go. Alright, I'm going to go and switch aircraft here. Something fast. Something really, really fast, but it'll still land easier on this grass. Let's go. Actually, you know what? I will take the AR-6 Endeavor, even though I say it's the hardest plane to land on the simulator, which it is. It's also one of the fastest. As for this, so I'm actually going to go onboard the airplane for you guys, which would be pretty cool. So this is something I haven't done yet on the sim. So I'm going to go, let's see, I think we'll go onboard if I go onboard. No. Let's see, I'd rather go onboard the back if possible. I can look around here, I can just switch the camera view. I'll go inside the cockpit. That's chase view. I think we'll take the cockpit view, that'd be the best. So I'm not going to talk too much during this. I think we'll do 3 laps and then try, so I have some fuel left. I'm going to kill it on one of the landings if I don't make it, so here we go. So I'm actually going to mute the sim sounds for a second. So the sounds are muted because I want to explain something. So this is going to be a Reno style air race. It's a Reno style course, And what they would do is they'd take off from the field and then they'd fly up over high above the course and they'd go down to the starting chute. The starting chute for me in this case, we dive around the corner down here and then we just take off. So I'm going to go ahead and start the dive and I'm going to turn the sim sounds back on and we'll do 3 laps. I'm not really going to say much and then we'll go from there. Alright, this will be 3rd and final lap. Try to get as close to the ground as possible. Go. Just pull up out of that and let the engine cool off. Pull all the way back to idle. And we still got 75, so about 60 miles, well, we're at 60 miles an hour now, glide speed. And I'm just going to let the aircraft cool down and we're just going to glide back. A nice steady glide pace. Most pylon racing guys, if they have gas planes, they'll let their plane run out of fuel and then land it back on the runway, so or they kill their engines, one of the two. So let's give it a little bit of thrust here. Maybe now that we're on board the plane, that'll actually help us out a little. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off here. I think we topped around 229 miles an hour. I'm not sure how many G's we pulled going around that turn there, but I know it was quite a bit because it was pretty tight. So 40 miles an hour now, it's a good landing speed. Plant, do a 3-pointer on this one. Because if you remember, I think in the, well, it might have been, it was either the previous video, I think it was the, yeah, it might have been the previous, maybe it was the one before, I don't remember. The best way to land this thing we showed was a 3-point to land it. So I'm trying to do that right now. Try and get it slow enough. I wish the thing had flaps, but it doesn't. Get it slow enough, and just put the tail on the ground. Oh, jeez, things. Get out of here, go around. Darn thing just bounces like crazy. I mean, I had a backstick there just trying to put it up on its wheels. I'm gonna go outside here in what's called the chase view. This is so I can see outside the plane, because I have no visual reference to the ground. When I'm inside that small cockpit, I want to be a little bit lower than I am. I might try and slip it here. Aerodynamic slip. Don't do a slip too often. Just trying to lead off excess speed. I'm just throwing the rudder back and forth to try and slow down. Something, anything. Looks good. Alright, we're just going to hold it there. About 33 miles an hour. Perfect. And down we are. Oop, hold it, hold it. This grass is bumpy, but it still works. but it makes for great steering of the aircraft, actually. And there's really not much in the cowl opening, so I know if we dive too quickly, sometimes the engine actually will quit because it's like oversped or something happens, but I'll kill the engine there. Yep, pretty cool. Not sure how much fuel's left right now in it, but I probably wouldn't be surprised if it was less than probably 40% in the tanks. We did use a lot. We ran it pretty hard there for quite a while. Let's try. Unfortunately, this thing in here is a Red Bull style course, which kind of sucks. Actually, there is one place we could go, but first I need to choose an aircraft that has floats. Probably got a clue from that right there. We're probably heading to some place with water. Ah, there we are. The perfect airplane, and that's the one we're going to use right now. The Seawind. Absolute perfect airplane. Now, the reason I retracted the gear is because it's going to start in the water, and I don't want the gear down when it's in the water. So let me go ahead and switch airports. We're going to go to one of the photo fields, which is called Lake Douglas. So let me, I might have gone past it. Yeah, I did. There it is. It's a beautiful little lake that they fly at. Now there's a dock back over this way. Kind of a, yeah, it's more of a dock, but it's fake. Yeah, I'll probably be able to show it to you here. So you can see it kind of taxis pretty slow. And it's a great flying little airplane. You just have to get up to speed. The water landings are pretty tricky because if you land nose down angle, flip over on you. That would not be good, so we don't want that. A little power and steer it straight. Just give it a little bit of hopping can sometimes be murder for you if you're trying to take off. And eventually, oh, come on. Should just lift off. I'll bring it back around and show you here. Just put the flaps down, hope it gets real slow. I'll show you that dock. You'll probably be able to see it here. Yeah, you can see it right there. There it is. It's all fake. There's another one. They're both fake. Oop, didn't want to hit the water there. Alright, that's alright. Go ahead and give it some up trim because it really doesn't. There we go. That's better. A little more friendly. Gotta give the last plane some up trim. That's what you heard, those beeping noises, because it just wanted to dive on me whenever I let go of the stick, so not good. This aircraft does have landing gear if you want to land it on the land rather than water, but it's preferred to be landed on water. Just do a quick here, little landing approach. Let's see, don't want to get too slow. And put the flaps down and touch. Oop, a little skip. Good God. There you go. Not too bad though. This one, for some unknown reason, just loves to hop. So what I'm actually going to do here is something really cool. I'm going to drive it up out of the... So I put the gear down, and then when it hits the edge here, it'll actually put itself up. There you go. Up onto the road up here. So actually I can take off right from over. Oh, maybe not. Nope. Didn't clear that in time. Didn't get enough speed. Oh well. That stuff happens. Put the gear up. Let's go and reset. Make one more takeoff, one more quick landing, and I think we'll call it a video, so... It's a little better. Let's look up the speed. speed. It only flies about 100 miles an hour, so it's not terribly fast. It ain't terribly slow either, so that's one thing it's got going for it. Little pass over here, nice slow pass, nice whisper pass. I could spot a landing if I needed to and try and land it, but that's a really small space to land it in. It's preferable to land it in the water and then taxi out of the water. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that right now. Put the flaps down and bring it down slowly. Come on, quit bouncing on me. I don't like that. We're going to do that again. That was bad. Oh, didn't want to do that. Keep the gear up. You know what? I'll actually shoot a gear landing for it, but I have a feeling this is probably going to be a crash, so it's an ugly approach for it. So let's just try it here and see what happens. Maybe I can stop it in time. Maybe not. Just have to verify it by the shadow where it actually is. There, I think it just touched. Yeah, it just touched down in the water. Okay. Better use that as my friend, actually. Help slow me down there. Alright, we'll just taxi up out of the water there. I don't know why they put these docks here. It's just really stupid. They really didn't need to, honestly. Flaps up. There we go. And kill the engine. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it. I gave you guys a little bit more thorough tour of some of the other photo field airports. Definitely do some more of those, and I also gave you one of them from the simulator airports that they put in, which is Air Race Stadium. Definitely show more of the simulator airports in the future, and you guys can look for more coming. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and until next time guys, Captain Klaus, Memphis Flyboys. Take care. Have a good one.